Hi there, I'm Richard with Law++. Today I'm going to give you a quick little tour of the Secretary of State's website. That's sosnc.gov. It's a very useful site, very informative, especially for business owners who are looking to start up their business and want more information. So this is the homepage. A few years ago they did a whole revamp of it. Has a lot more information on the homepage. It's, in my opinion, a pretty good upgrade. So they have a few pretty useful links. You can reinstate if you got dissolved. You can file your annual report. You can register your business online. All those links from the first page. They also have this rolling announcement banner, and that has some information. It changes every now and then. One of the new things is they do have an online business creation wizard. So instead of having to fill out paper articles and scan those and send those in, you can fill out the wizard. In my opinion, it's not quite there yet. If you want to make any sort of customization to your articles, it's not perfect. So I'm still using the paper ones until they've made a few changes to that wizard. But if what you're doing doesn't require any changes to the default articles that they use, then it's pretty good. Also, they have just this forms. So if you want to go to just the forms and see if you can download something that you might need, like a solicitation license, advance directive, business registration, things like that, then you can get links directly to those from here. What I primarily use the website for is to search for businesses and file articles of organization and incorporation. So where I start is I go to I want to. I always use the attorneys and paralegals drop down because it's got all the things I need in one spot, but as you can see, some of the other things are in other areas. So start a business, create a business online. There's lots of options. And so I'm going to go to search for a business, and this allows you to search a bunch of different things all from the same page. So what do you want to search for? Generally is company, but also you can search by registered agent, company officials, and then assume business names. So when you're doing a name search, you're just going to search for company and assume business names. These other two are if you know a person and you want to see what company they own, manage, or are the registered agent for. This is a good way to get into that, back into that from just their name. Okay, and then you choose how you're going to search. So I generally use the starting with, but if I don't know what it starts with, I know just a few of the words of the business, then I can go with any words. All words and exact I don't use as much, and Secretary of State ID is almost never, because that's the information I just generally need is the Secretary of State's ID, and that I find out this way. So if I want to search for a business, it's pretty easy. Brings up all the search results. In this case, there's only one because it's a pretty unique name. Go to the site. You can get some basic information just from the home site of it. And then up here are some important links. So upload a PDF filing is if I want to upload articles of dissolution or make any changes to my articles or registered agent. This is where I would file those. Order a document online if I need a certificate of existence or certificate of good standing. This is where I would order those. If I want to add an entity to my email notification list, or in this case remove because they are on my notification list, this is where I would use that. I use this particularly for my clients so that way I can get notifications anytime my clients or a third party or the Secretary of State files something related to their business. That generally helps me catch if someone is late on their annual report. I can let them know that the Secretary of State's given them a warning, and we can get that annual report filed before their company's dissolved. And then view filings. Right here, normally the creation filing, any amendments, and then all of the annual reports will be in there. Because it's a professional limited liability company, there are no annual reports. Professional limited liability companies and professional associations and nonprofits do not file annual reports with the Secretary of State. So that's a lot of information just about searching for businesses. But I can also go to create a business online. So this is the part where you get the form, you print out the form, you fill it in, you sign it, scan it, and upload it here. So you just fill in this information, upload it, and then you go and pay. Pretty straightforward. They also have the wizard, but like I said, it's not quite there yet if you want to make any sort of changes to the default form. So when you're doing a name search, or if you have a trademark you want to register, you also have to check out their trademark section. So North Carolina, like I said, one of the big things about one of the big benefits of their site is information. So there is a ton of information on trademarks, which is great, but if you're just using it to search, then this is all you need. You can take it to the mark name, enter the search, 0 results, great. That mark is not taken in the state. It's just one of the many steps you have to do for a name search when you're filing your articles. All right. The last thing I want to show you is the Charities section. So in this case, the main thing that the charity section is going to help you out with is the solicitation license. So you don't file your charities with North Carolina. The charitable recognition is handled by the IRS. Your nonprofit filing is handled in the business registration section of the Secretary of State's website. But the charitable solicitation license is handled through this section. Now, every single person who is fundraising on behalf of themselves or on behalf of another person needs a solicitation license. So your nonprofit will have one solicitation license that covers all of its employees, directors, and officers. But if you hire a third party as an independent contractor to come in and fundraise for you, they also need a solicitation license. They can file for theirs here. And this is a good place for you to go to make sure that someone who is offering to fundraise for you has a solicitation license in good standing. So that's what you want to search here. So here's where you search to make sure that there is a solicitation license. Now, the Secretary of State's website has been taking on a lot more of the information that state businesses and other entities have, and it's great, puts it all in one spot, but you get this massive menu. Some of the other important things you might be looking at is the UCCs. So these are liens filed against businesses. So you might want to search a business for this if you're loaning them money or you want to make sure they're in good financial standing, or maybe you need to file a UCC against one because you did offer a loan and they offered you a UCC as a collateral. The Secretary of State's website also handles notaries. It's not very useful for if you're not a notary, but this is where notaries go to become one, to renew their commission, and you can go there to search for your notaries to see if they're still in good standing. Secretary of State's website also handles lobbying, so any person who lobbies on behalf of another person has to have a lobbying license. This is where you find out if a person is a legitimate lobbyist. And then one of the other things is they handle securities. So the state's version of the Securities and Exchange Commission is handled by the Secretary of State's as well. So that's a lot of information. Obviously, I didn't cover all of the Secretary of State's website because they just have an overwhelming amount of information. In my opinion, it's pretty well organized. There is some duplication inside the menus, but that can help you if you, for example, just narrow it down to business, and then you can check name availability, annual reports, things like that. Or if you're an accountant CPA, you can go to the accountant CPA, etc. So I hope this was informative. Again, I'm Richard Bopples. This is Law++. I'm supposed to say if you liked this video, you should like, subscribe, tell others, comment below if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer them if I see them. Hope you have a great day. Thank you.